Yoki dokie guys, what we have here today is Maxwell versus Ness. Stay tuned for more content. Yoki dokie YouTubers, this is your guy Mr. Evaluator, and today we're gonna start off with Maxwell versus Ness. Okay, I don't know if that came out right or anything, but we're gonna start off with Maxwell. Okay, so in this battle, Maxwell has the ability to pretty much create anything that he writes in this book, okay? From giant planets all the way to the smallest rock on the earth. Now, keep in mind, this book was given to Maxwell. Maxwell did not create this book, as well as his sister. So, how did she possess the book as well? Well, I mean, clearly he wrote another book like this book, so that this book could pretty much get created, and there you go. His sister has the same book he has. Now, as far as him going to a multiversal level, right, this is a whole new different topic. He's gonna have to understand that power tier, okay? So we can't just bring Maxwell to a multiversal power tier and he doesn't know anything about that. Okay, so according to the source material, it said that it has to be an object. So if it's something you could feel, if it's something you could touch, if it's something you could even possibly smell, you can actually create it and write it in a book and it will come to existence. Now, I will also like to keep in mind that Maxwell is not as powerful as you think, as most of these fans of the Scribblenaught verse actually say he is. Keep in mind, and I will say it again, the book was given to Maxwell. Maxwell did not create the book. The book was given to him by a family member, and he went on from there. Now, let's jump on to Ness. For those of you who don't know Ness, Ness came from a very popular game that came out on the Super Nintendo. I forgot the name of it, but I referred to it as the Island game. So, you pretty much basically play with this little guy, this kid who goes around and fight big, dangerous, and scary monsters. This kid is able to use his baseball bat. He's able to use his yo-yo to simply severely damage these monsters. I mean, this power tier is unbelievable, right? So, basically, according to the source material, right, it says that Ness lived in a town called Owen or one something, and a meteor hit his town. So when he went to the meteor gave him psychiatric abilities, things that we know, I mean, is what we know as PSI. So for those of you who don't know what PSI is, well, it's chrononesis, psychochrononesis. You know, he could move things with his, he could like basically move things with his mind, and he could pretty much create force fields and stuff of that nature, etc. Now, with his little yo-yo, right, he can basically amplify the power in his yo-yo to severely damage a car. His yo-yo could be equal to severely damaging a car and smashing it to bits. Okay, he can even, like his baseball bat, he can amplify the power with his psycho power. He can amplify the strength in the bat strong enough to tear down an entire building. This bat could be equal and equivalent to Thor's hammer, Thor's Mjolnir. Now, I've heard about Cosmic King Thor, who is multiversal, but if he's not, please write me a comment panel below and reconfirm what tier does Cosmic King Thor basically goes to. But all in all, the point about this is that, what was I saying? Oh, okay. But the thing about, bear with me guys, but the thing about that is that he could basically amplify his bat to the power tier of the entire multiverse. Ness basically has powers that can basically really ratify and increase and basically defy logic, right? Literally, just listen to what I'm saying. Can literally defy logic with his utensils, bro. With basic earthly utensils. This is the type of psychiatric power he basically has, man. And this guy just destroys Maxwell. Okay, Maxwell has nothing on Ness. So if these guys were ever to go in a verse battle with each other, he will beat Maxwell. And see, the thing about, for the sake of speed, whatever Maxwell sees, he has to either draw or write in the book. Now, if he wanted to possess the same amount of powers, he's going to have to find out what meteor it was and what it looked like and basically just write it. And then he could possibly have Ness's powers as well. But he's not going to be able to get to that chance because Ness, well, as far as speed-wise, Ness could basically, as far as I'm concerned, increase the strength of his yo-yo and of his baseball bat and any other utensils he have. In fact, Ness could be so powerful he would literally slap that book, that stupid book, out of Maxwell's hand. Now, his telepath power even gives him the speed of thought. I'm not saying that, you know, he could think things into existence. No, he can't, but he can create a force field around and above himself. If he wanted to, he could just right now at a single thought slap the book out of Maxwell's hand and basically put it in his hand as well. And then he will begin writing in a book and amplifying the power inside that book, making him even more indestructible and more invincible. In this case and scenario, Maxwell does not stand any chance against Ness. Ness stomps him, he bodies him, okay, in this scenario. Okay, so it doesn't matter, like, whatever power tier an opponent is, right? This is the common basis of Ness's power, right? Whatever power tier his opponent is really on, Ness could basically increase his utensils to that scale of power. Like, seriously. He could even create a force field. Like, but if your attack potency is light speed, you might have a chance to taking out Ness. But the problem with this is that, okay, so just because you say that, for instance, you got one of those fans of the Scribblenauts universe, well, Maxwell can create the fastest jet and car alive. Well, he can't just magically, well, you know what, let's give it a highball. Let's say that he can poof himself in a car and automatically cut on the car and automatically push the gas pedal, right? I mean, still, Ness has the power to even already flip that car over with the force field that's around his body. So, in this case of scenario, Ness is a very powerful psychic, bro. Not only that, it even says, according to the source material, that Ness has mastered all of his psychic abilities, man. He's mastered all of his psychic abilities. So that goes to even show you that according to the Scribblenauts universe, it never said anything about Maxwell, you know, mastering everything he's written in a book. I mean, come on, man. Like, that's why I said that this guy has a whole bunch of misconceptions. If you are a very quick speedster that go at Mach 1, you will literally backslap Maxwell and take the book out of his hand. Just like Ness would when he'll just shoot a force field towards his way and make him drop the book and take the book for himself and just leave Maxwell there on the ground. It doesn't matter if Maxwell can't or does not die. He does not or in any way or ever will stand a chance against Ness. Ness is too OP. Ness is too powerful. And believe it or not, Ness is strong enough to literally fight with Dante. Can you believe it? He's strong enough to actually fight with Dante, fight with Kratos, Like seriously, strong enough to fight with even, yeah, to literally even fight with Xena, the princess warrior. Like this kid's power is literally OP, and he is literally, and I would deem him, he is deemable to fighting with the powerfulest people in the universe of Marvel and DC, while we have Maxwell just basically writing a book, right, and creating things out of the out of the book. So in this case, the scenario, freaking Ness stumps Maxwell. I'm sorry, Ness stumps Maxwell, and he doesn't stand a chance against him. So, have any questions or comments or any concerns? Please comment below. I'm going to be posting another video about how useful Maxwell could be in the Marvel universe and also the Dragon Ball Z universe as well. But he does not stand any fighting chance to battling with the big guys like Maxwell would. Okie dokie. This is your guy, Mr. Evaluator, out.